a fresh pair of shoes on. Nikes, every Jordan with the jewels on. You know the vibes, I'm a sneakerhead. On me, I get a lot of bread. On me, I get a lot of bread. Yo, they call me Retro Rhyme. I ain't standing in no lines. I just pull up at the store and then the homie give me. Y'all already know I keep it fresh, fell boy. Yo, I keep a fresh pair of shoes on. Nikes, every Jordan with the jewels on. You know the vibes, I'm a sneakerhead. On me, I get a lot of bread. On me, I get a lot of bread. Yo, they call me Retro Rhyme. I ain't standing in no lines. I just pull up at the store and then the homie give me mine. See, I started from the bottom. Look how far I done came. Went from buddies on my feet to rockin' heat every day. You know, Puma or Jordan or Reebok or Nike. Cements ain't stuffed up. I'm feeling like Spike Lee. Who right beside me? I'm doing the right thing. OG by nature, but lately a hype beast. 3 stripes and G-Nights when I'm out in Cali. NY, I stay fly. In Chi-Town is Yeezy. Force Ones in DC, cause y'all boys can't see me. Feels like a 3P in Philly, rock Kobe. Now I'm not joking. Go beast mode in Oakland. Eat beats like Copeland's. Rock Blazers in Portland. I guess it's game time, homie, in my Adidas. Born in the 80s, but I love to rock my 95. I keep a fresh pair of shoes on. Nikes, every Jordan with the jewels on. You know the vibes, I'm a sneakerhead. On me, I get a lot of bread. On me, I get a lot of bread. I keep a fresh pair of shoes on. Nikes, every Jordan with the jewels on. You know the vibes, I'm a sneakerhead. On me, I get a lot of bread. On me, I get a lot of bread. Yo, yo, yo. What's good? What's good, man? It's your boy, Retro Ryan, and we are back with another episode of Kixology Sneaker Closets. And today, we got a real dope episode. I'm looking forward to this one. We have another business owner coming through today. I know that we normally talk to a lot of sneaker collectors, but yes, this happens to be a sneaker collector, but this is also a business owner, and they go by Bybettereverday, and they sell drop front cases, and I'm telling you, the quality on these joints are amazing. So we're excited to get to know how the business started for them. Hopefully we can get some advice on just business, just advice on how to grow our businesses, how to really get started and get educated on how they went from a startup to being a very big deal and eventually getting Keith Lee to co-sign and show love to them and tell others about how great their boxes are. So we're excited about this episode. It's going to be a lot of fun. I want to give some shout outs to my brother, my business partner, Dre Sean, who was in the building, as well as Slim Yobi, who has joined as well. Y'all make sure to share this video. Let people know that we're live at this moment. I understand that it's a Saturday, but we're going to get it in. And we're going to definitely get this thing started. So what we're going to do is we're going to send an invite to Bybettereverday. And hopefully they'll be able to join in. Shout out to Karan72, just joined as well. But yeah, man, this is about to be a really fun episode, man. Again, talking to a business owner who is thriving right now in Bybettereverday. They're doing great things. The drop front cases are amazing. And I'm going to keep saying that because I use them, and I know that I'm about to buy more of them. The quality is amazing, so I'm excited about talking to them today and just picking their brain and seeing what is going on lately with the business, because I know that they're like really popping at this moment. So we've sent the invite out to them, so hopefully they'll be able to pick up soon. But y'all tell me, man, any releases or reachbacks that y'all have acquired over the last month, man. It would really make my day to find out that y'all have added something to your collection. So let me know if you've added anything new. I know a lot of people have went and got the Armand Meuniers that have just dropped. Let's see here. We've just invited them out again. Let's see if we can get them on here.
Yeah, man. So tell me, have y'all copped anything new in your collections? I would love to know. All right. I see that Bybettereverday has finally joined. We're just waiting. I've sent you the invite, brother, and right now we're just waiting on you to accept that, and you'll be able to join in into the live. So we're just kind of waiting on you right now. I've sent you the invite. There we go. Yo,
Ryan, how you doing, man?
what's up, brother? How you feeling?
I'm good. I'm good. Thank you for having me on. It's a
Oh
pleasure.
man, you already know. I'm excited, man, just to have you on. I know you're a busy guy, but this is great to get the opportunity just to not only get to know you, but interview you on the show and let people hopefully get to know you and your brand and everything that y'all have started and getting going, because it's an amazing brand, and I have put my stamp of approval on it because I love the boxes. I'm excited, but before we get started, as I always do, man, so far, how's your day going, brother?
It's good. It's going good, man. I think at the top of the list was doing this podcast with you and just being able to have a conversation with you. I feel like it's long overdue. And a big shout out to your wifey for putting you on with the boxes and getting you
She
started.
did, and I was gonna bring that up. I was gonna bring that up for sure. I was gonna tell the story and everything on how it kind of started, but I promised to bring that up throughout the show while we're talking and getting to know about you and the brand, bro. So that's great. I'm glad that the day is going well so far. So let's get basically right into it. Something that I didn't know, how did y'all start this business? How did it come about? Like, talk to me about the grind and the process of coming up with this business. Talk to me on that.
Yeah, absolutely. So I always wanted to work in the sneaker or footwear space, but I always thought that there are no sneaker brands out there. I never wanted to be my own sneaker brand, and I
Hmm.
never wanted to, I because yeah, like you, like I'm a big fan of sports, and I hated when my favorite athlete was on a brand that I didn't think matched them. Like
Mm.
like like I would have loved to see like Zach Levine on Nike when he was doing this thing, or when
Yeah.
I would have loved if Steph Curry stayed on Nike when he started getting his rings, because he had just left Nike at that point and started with Under Armour. And so I was trying to figure out a way where, what can I create? What can I do? What kind of brand can I come up with, or product can I put out on the market that's going to allow me to work with all these different shoe brands that I
Hmm.
like? Because I'm
Yeah.
a fan. I'm a fan of all footwear, not just Nike, not just Adidas, or New Balance and things like that. And so I really just started just seeing what I like, different things, getting samples and stuff like that, seeing what's working, what's not working, what kind of problems could I solve. And I started thinking about where I was in life. And at the time, I only had two kids. I had three kids, but at that time, I had two kids. I was like, okay, I'm a more mature sneakerhead now.
I love it.
What do I want my sneaker run to look like? And
Hmm.
I started seeing some of the boxes. At that time, I think Mayor was like, he had all of his boxes in the Container Store boxes,
Right.
and then I was just looking at if there's other options too. I was like, okay, how do I better this? How do I improve on what's already out there? Because Container Store isn't necessarily a sneaker brand.
Right.
To my
They're not.
knowledge, to my knowledge, I don't even know the owner of the Container Store. Never seen them. I can't point them out to you at a sneaker store or
Right.
anything.
Right.
And then I was like, I don't think there's like a buy sneaker brand, buy sneakerhead for sneakerhead product within the space. And so I started messing around with boxes, and I was like, dang, it would be ill if there was two different openings, because everyone's space is different. I have friends who live in New York and they have a tinier apartment. So
Hmm.
putting the boxes a long way wouldn't necessarily suit them, but going the smaller route and just doing a front opening would suit them. And so just to give people some variety and decision power in buying these boxes. And
Right.
so kind of just bootstrapped the business and just went all in on a couple. I think at first it was like a couple hundred units, and I was like, let's see how it does, and then grew it from there. And I guess the rest is history. But I think the key point was just my strategy at first is like I just really want to be in the community. I want to connect with people.
Right.
I want to meet other like real sneakerheads, because at the time sneakers were getting so mainstream that it was kind of hard to point out the people that like me that used to line up, who
Right.
used to be able to walk in Foot Locker and Foot Action, Athlete Foots, and all these places, and who were on the forums back in the day, like Nike Talk and Soul Collector. And so I was just like, okay, how do I connect with the people who are really doing it and who have been doing it? Because those are the people who I believe push the culture forward in the right way.
Absolutely.
And they're not just out here, to flip a sneaker or to just get clout in any way.
Absolutely.
And so from the get go, that was the strategy. Like, hey, let's connect with real sneakerheads.
I love that. I love the backstory of kind of how this started. This journey has been amazing so far for you, and I know it's only going to get better and better. So talk to me about this handle and this name concept, Buy Better Every Day. Where did that come from, right? Like, talk to us on that. Like, I love to know the backstory behind that.
Absolutely. Thank you for asking. Believe it or not a lot of people ask about how the name came about, but when coming up with a name, I wanted to have something that like I actually lived out, that was actually like a mantra or a goal of mine, and getting better every day is absolutely a goal of mine. I just feel like I wouldn't have too much purpose if that wasn't a goal. And it's not just necessarily a better sneakerhead or better in the gym, but I try to be a better man of God every day, a better husband, a better father to my kids, just a better, a citizen of my city, a better person in the community. And so when I just started searching, like, is there any like brands named Better Every Day? And there weren't any in this space, and so I went with that. But of course, as I hopped on to the social media sites and platforms to try to figure out who has the Better Every Day handle, they're all taken up. And so I went with Buy Better Every Day because when we're making product and we're pushing things out, we're gonna get to some point where it says Buy Better Every Day. I'm a bit of an old head, so one of my favorite like niches and like subcultures are the low heads, polo enthusiasts.
Oh.
Yeah, and I love Ralph Lauren. He's one of my favorite designers.
For sure.
Being an American designer, and if you ever notice on the Polo Bear sweaters and the Polo Bear shirts and just whatever the Polo Bear is on, if it's on like a top, under it usually says Polo Bear by Ralph Lauren.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of where the buy came. And
I love
that. But for me being from LA, Kobe always talks about being better every day. Like, there's so many interviews.
Come on now. Talk that mamba talk, man. You know you was gonna hit home when you started talking that mamba talk.
Yes, sir. Absolutely hitting home, because out here in LA, Kobe is just an absolute icon and legend, just someone who transcended sport. Right. And when I started doing more research, and I already had the name, but doing more research and watching those interviews, I was like, okay, we definitely have to go with this name, because he hadn't even passed him, so we had the name before he passed, and I was just like, man, this is gonna be so dope to like get this in his hands, or just something affiliated with him.
I love that.
And I love Kobe. He's number 2 on my list.
Yeah.
He's number 2 on my list, and I think the greatest of his generation by far. And just to have his that Mamba mentality, always like whenever I see our brand's name or logo, like I associate it with something that Kobe stood for.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. And thank you so much for sharing kind of that backstory. And I love that concept of being better every day, getting better every day. And also the buy, the reason why you have that in front of the name, just kind of the backstory with the polo and how you love Ralph Lauren. And hopefully, man, Lord willing, y'all will be able to collab in some type of way later. And I know it's going to come. I know it's going to come for you, bro, because you're doing great things, and I just appreciate everything. So for a lot of people, they may not know, right? It doesn't matter if you're tuned into the show live right now or you're going to be watching this after we post it up on Instagram and YouTube. But I want to tell the story kind of about how this came about, and then we'll segue into the Keith Lee question.
Okay.
So, Keith Lee, me and my wife have been following for a very long time, right? Of course, he's a food critic, but he's very popular on TikTok and even Instagram and other social spaces. So we have been following for a while, just getting to know more about the different eateries and places around the world that we should be trying to, try out and everything. So one day my wife actually comes up to me, bro, and she says, babe, did you know Keith Lee's a sneakerhead? And I said, no. It was a complete shock, really, because we had been studying him so much in the food space that we had no idea that he was into sneakers, right?
Same.
Exactly. So we get to a point where she's like, you need to really go check him out, man. I'm telling you, he has some really amazing shoes and all of these other things, right? So I'm excited. I go on and I see him talking about these different sneakers and things that he's been into and the shoes that he's been able to acquire, how God has blessed him, which I love because I am a Christian as well. And, all of these different things, right? And I'm excited. I'm like, whoa, man, a guy that I've been following for a while is also into sneakers like I am. And one day he starts talking about these drop front cases. And basically Callie sees this, my wife Callie, she sees this and she says, you know what, I'm gonna buy my husband some of these for his birthday. And she cops these cases, man, builds them up for me, and basically surprises me in my sneaker room with the cases. Now, when I saw them, I got super excited, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because I've always wanted drop front cases, and just in general, I've wanted those inside of my collection for so long, but I just haven't been able to cop any at all. But when she buys them for me, bro, I get super excited. And that's kind of how the journey started here and how I got introduced to you. My wife actually bought these for my birthday, which was a very big deal because these were my first drop, just front cases. And I had never had anything like this before. But I can tell you, and I'm not just saying this just to be saying this, they are so quality. I mean, they're sturdy, durable. I mean, honestly, I love them. And I got kids too. That. I got a 2-year-old and an 8-year-old, and they're inside of this room and they're active. They're popping down the cases. They're doing a few things up in here, all right? And they've held the test of time. I want you to understand that.
Yeah.
That these joints have held the test of time with my kids banging on them, bumping into them, all of that. I want this to be known that they are really doing me justice over here. So I can't wait to buy more of them. I had to put that out there because that's how this journey started as far as our relationship forming from that. And I ended up immediately posting about the cases. So now that they know the backstory of how we kind of got introduced and the brand and me falling in love with the brand, tell us, how did that journey start? And how did you get those in the hands of Keith Lee?
Man, so it wouldn't be a Keith Lee story if I didn't start by saying God is amazing.
God is amazing.
Absolutely. And, it was, like I had mentioned, I had always wanted to build a community. That was the way I wanted to build the brand. I wanted to be in touch with the community. And so one day I wake up and I get a text from one of the content creators in the sneaker space that I have become friends with. He's located in Texas. His name's King LA. You might know him.
Yes,
and
I've heard that name before. Yeah.
So King LA, he texted me. I wake up to the text. He goes, "Oh, bro, you better send Keith Lee like 60 boxes." I was like, "What are you talking about?" And then he sends me the link, and it's the video. He didn't even have sneakers. I guess he had just told people he was a sneaker. He said, "Oh, I put that last part of my video to see if y'all would take the bait, me being into sneakers." He's like, "So I'm gonna go through some of my sneakers." So he's going through some of the sneakers, and he's like, "Yeah, this is gonna be my sneaker room. It's an empty room." What is now his sneaker room was empty, and he was just like, "Yeah, right here, I want it to be my sneaker wall, and I want some of those clear plastic cases that I keep seeing."
Right.
And So that's the video he sent me, and then because I had built a community, the community was already tapped in, and they were just tagging me in the comments, like, just going back for me.
Yeah.
And then, I went there too, and I made a response video. And, just like, keep it low to get these in your hands. I'm DMing him. I'm in the response video. I'm asking people to tag him, so they're tagging him in it. And he commented on it, and he's like, yo, when you said send me some, how many? With the eyes emoji. I was like, oh, shoot. And then I made a response video to that. That was on TikTok. And then I posted to Instagram. And then he got back to me on Instagram DM. And, we kind of went from there. And he was just like, I need X amount of boxes. I don't want no discount. I don't want nothing for free. I want to pay full price.
Wow.
Yeah. And then, he was just one of the most like humble dudes that I ever met. Like the Keith Lee that we see in the content was the Keith Lee that I was interacting with in the DMs and everything.
I love it.
And he sent me his address. He paid full price for him. Like I said, he declined it for any discounts or anything. And he I sent him an invoice. He paid it. He paid it really quick. It wasn't just like lingering.
Yeah.
And it was about. So and then I've never packed the order so quick in my life. But
right.
But I was willing to send him, just like a couple free boxes, just because like one, he's such a big creator in the space, that he's in.
Absolutely.
And he was just diving into this space, and he knows quality. So I was like, this would be a great opportunity to just get some exposure. And he's just someone that champions the Black community too. Which there's whenever we find a good one, like everyone says, like we made the right person famous by making Keith Lee famous, and it's like absolutely I believe in that too.
Absolutely.
And so it's just like I wanted to champion him too, and just like show my gratitude. Like, man, I love what you're doing. Like, if he would have let me sign up free boxes, I would have. But
I love it.
He had just started his first food tour, and so I overnighted. I shipped the box overnight. It was like some of my biggest shipments I sent out, but he had just left on the food tour, so like. It would have got there anyway. Like he wouldn't have known if it was overnight because he had he already dipped out. I think it was Detroit was his first stop, and then he came back. He went to New Orleans and Atlanta, and like 3 months later, like he made the video. Well, he DM'd me. He's like, "Yo, this is what we're looking like." Him and one of his friends or family members putting the boxes together, setting up the room. I was like, oh, here we go. And then, he didn't say like, oh, I'm going to post it or whatever. He was just like, giving progress. Like, this is what my room is looking like. And then one day I was working out one night, because I work out at night because I get the baby down and then I got my time to do my thing at night.
Right.
So it's just like, that was the only time I could work out. It was like 11 at night. Phone just started blowing up. TikTok popping off. And Keith Lee effect going down in real time.
Man,
I got more adrenaline from like those notifications than I had been from that entire workout. And
right.
It, it's you watch Keith Lee's videos and like as a business owner, you're like, man, it'd be great if that happened to me. Like, oh, it'd be awesome if that happened to me. And then it happens to you, and you don't even know how to feel. And so like I kind of just sat there like just watching like the comments and just like, what do I do now? What do I do now? And I go in, I tell my wife, and then the next morning, the orders started pouring in.
Yeah, man.
And it was overwhelming. It was everything that the videos that when the Keith Lee effect happens to restaurants, it was that, but like e-commerce online.
For sure. I'm sure. Yeah, man.
And it was a surreal moment, and it was all God,
All God.
He strategically, wrote that for me to be able to build a community a year before that, for the community to put me on to like a video that I may have missed, and then for the community to just be in the comments and just go to bat for me like, yo, these are the best boxes.
I love that.
And then, Keith didn't have to trust their comments. He could have went with, whoever. He could have, hit up his PR agent and like, hey, we went to a brand and they could have sent him, a million boxes for free. But he decided, to be who we know Keith Lee is, and
Mm-hmm.
you know, support the community, and
Exactly.
be real thorough about it. And you know what I love about it is like he's actually a sneakerhead. He knows what he's talking about. He has
Mm-hmm.
older pairs that, like, you know, he knows the history behind them. And you know, obviously, like when you run into money, like Keith Lee, like you start buying, you know, some of the things you missed out on. And, like, I hate to see his comments like, "Oh, he only has hype shoes." I'm like, bro, if I run into that kind of money, I'm buying everything I missed out on. Like
What?
my hit list is getting hit.
Like my thing is like, why is that a bad thing? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
right.
why is that a bad thing that when a person is blessed, they finally go back and go get the shoes that they couldn't get originally,
Hmm.
right? These are, yeah, I get it. A lot of these shoes are hype. A lot of them are worth a lot of money, but you have to understand, right? Coming from where all of us have come from at one point, we didn't have the finances to go out and go get some of these shoes.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
now that he's been blessed to be able to go get them, he should be applauded for that, not, you know, downplayed or you know, any hatred towards him for going to go get the
Yeah,
shoes that he always wanted and loved.
yeah.
I agree with you, bro. We
I'm doing the
would go
same
get
thing.
those sneakers. You know
I'm
what I
doing
mean?
the same
The
thing. And
exact
it's
same
like,
thing.
and he puts
Yes.
it in there, you know, and you know, his sneaker room is beautiful. It's like he puts it in there like trophies, like, you know, which is like how I look at shoes too. It's like it's a piece of art, it's a trophy. It's like it reminds me of like, hey, I worked so hard to get this pair. Like
Exactly.
there's a story behind it. There's a story behind it. And
Exactly, man.
the fact that he's a real sneakerhead just like made it like that much more better, because like I know he's just somebody like one that's like champion of the black community, you know.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he's a man of God, you know, which I am in a relationship. You
Amen.
know, he's a father, he's a husband,
Amen.
you know, he's a real sneakerhead, and you know, he's just this is his way of giving back to the community. And it was man, like it was just one of those things, one of those times where you're just like, man, look at God, like like
Amen.
showing up and showing out,
Amen,
showing
brother.
up and showing
Amen.
out.
Amen. I love this. I love the way this content is flowing. If you're in the comment section right now, make sure to show my brother love and put those fire emojis up. Y'all know how we do on Kixology. If you're really locked in and you're not just putting your phone down and listening, we want to make sure you're locked in, watching, paying attention. And if you are, make sure to put some fire emojis in the comment section, because we show love on this show. So, bro, I'm just so appreciative of that story. My wife Callie, she's actually in the comment section,
Oh, I see
and
it.
she
Shout out
immediately
to
says,
Cali.
yeah, she immediately says, I was inspired, not only by your story, bro, but she was also a person that was immediately purchasing your boxes after the Keith Lee effect. So she wanted to make it known that it's a real thing. It's a real thing that, you know, he once he puts his stamp of approval on it, man, people go out and they support, man, you know, what he's doing. What I think is amazing about what you just brought up is it's cool to see a celebrity like come from, you know, humble beginnings, being a UFC fighter and different things like that. Yes, but I guess beforehand, I don't know how known he was, but I know he got extremely known through doing his food ratings and different
Hmm.
things like that, right? What I appreciate about it is the humble attitude that a person can still have even while being a celebrity.
Hmm.
What that's something that I strive, not to be a celebrity, but I strive to be a person that is always humble no matter where my status is. That
Absolutely.
is important. And I feel like that's something that we all can learn from, no matter what level we are. It means everything to remain humble and to be a person that you know, is just nice and kind to people in general, because that will always come back tenfold your way. So
100%.
that is something that I believe in, and that's something that I appreciate you sharing about that story, bro. For real, I love that. I love that. So, as I mentioned earlier, man, quality boxes. I mean, just, I mean, and on top of it, man, great pricing. Is that something that y'all wanted to stand on? Is that the business, you know, motto, like to make y'all a little bit different, not a lot of bit different from all these other competing brands out here making boxes and drop front cases? You know, is that something y'all wanted to stand on when y'all created these?
Yeah, absolutely. I think you know, anything I'm gonna put my
Mm,
name on, I want it to be a quality. I want it, you know, I don't want the review or, you know, the word about me or my products to come back, you know, less than, you know, less than what I expect, something less than satisfactory up to my standards. And I feel like I hold myself to a high standard. And so
Mm-hmm.
anything that, you know, I'm putting on, I want it to be quality. And so, you know, there were different variations of these boxes before, you know, went through the sampling process, and I was just like, no, this isn't it. This isn't it. You know, it took a while to get to get to the one that the boxes we actually got to, and
Mm-hmm.
we even have a redesigned version now, you know, which was a pain and a tough decision to make because they weren't compatible with the first editions that we put out, but
I
I
see.
I did wanted to I wanted to progress. I was like, we can't call ourselves Better Every Day if we can't progress even our product. And
I
so, you
love
know,
that.
we got a little pushback from it, but I mean, we do carry both boxes. The first iteration is sold out right now, but you know, we're gonna get more back in stock. And I just wanted something. The problem with, okay, some of our most satisfied customers, I would say this, are the customers who have like they bought the boxes from Amazon, they bought the boxes from Container Store, they bought the boxes from, you know, anywhere else, you know, Costco, you know, there's a lot of boxes out there.
Mm-hmm.
And our most satisfied customers are the ones who've been through that, and then they end up with our box, and they're just like, yeah, this is the one, like because they know the quality
Absolutely.
they had before. You know, some have like frosted sides, you know, you can't see through all sides. So I wanted to make sure that ours is clear on every side. Some of them don't stack well. I wanted to make sure ours stacked well. Some of them, you know, are smaller. You can't put high tops in them. So I wanted to make sure we do that
Gotta
as much
gotta
as
be able to put
possible.
the high tops in. Gotta
That,
be able to put them in. You know what it
that,
is.
and you know, and then some of them, you know, there's just different problems with, you know, and so I wanted to solve the small details, the small problems that I thought bothered me, and that, you know, the people around me said bothered them. And that's how we landed our boxes. And the price, you know, I wanted the price to reflect the quality, but I wanted to be accessible for, you know, people who wanted to buy them. You know,
Yeah.
my thing, like, you know, people complain about the price, or they're like, we can buy, you know, 12 for $1 on Amazon. Like, the people in the comments all the time, and I'm just
Yeah,
like,
but you know,
man,
you don't get the quality. And that's just me being honest about it. You don't get the quality. Sometimes cheaper isn't the best option. And that's just the truth. You know,
mm-hmm.
I think the more people understand that, and that goes with anything, right? Not necessarily sneakers, because sometimes you can find some heat sneakers, right, for a cheap price,
Yes,
right?
sir.
But what I mean is that I'm honestly saying that sometimes cheaper isn't always better. You really need to go out and go get something quality, because as I mentioned earlier, it'll last the test of time. You got to understand that, you know, I just said earlier, if you missed it, I have a 2-year old and I'm about to be 8-year old, and I'm telling you, they're in here all the time destroying this room when I'm not around. And those boxes have lasted the test of time. I'm just putting it out
Yeah,
there. They've
yeah,
been banged into, opened up, knocked down, all kinds of stuff, and they are durable and they're holding on strong. You hear me? So I
yes,
just want to
sir.
put that out there, bro.
Yeah,
So you
I
know,
have
this is not a promotional thing. My bro did not pay me to say that. I want to put that out there. He did not pay me to say that. I'm saying that because I've actually used the product, and it's done really well for me. And I just want to put that out there, man. Like, so, and I also saw one of my business partners say he's about to sub out all of his cases for yours. So that's
I
good.
appreciate that.
That's
Thank
good.
you.
That's real
Uh,
good. That's
we'll
real
be
good.
ready. Yeah, you know, the quality and the price. Like, I feel like we're not priced too high. Like, there's a company who has an $80 box. So when people are like $20 for a box, and I'm like, man. And sometimes I reply like when I have time. Like, I'll get in the comments and I'll be like, oh, if you hate the $20 boxes, you're really gonna hate the $80 boxes.
Yeah,
And I,
yeah.
you know, I just get in the comments to say that, but I just feel like, you know, I think we're priced fairly for the quality,
Oh, absolutely,
and you know, you try to keep the
absolutely.
um, customer service at like at a high point, but also, I think that to, I would say the people who like always bring up the other brands in the comments, I don't know. I I touched on this earlier. I don't know what the, you know, the owner of the Container Store looks like. I don't know what the owner of Costco looks like. The brand they sell at Costco on Amazon.
Yeah,
I've never seen them in the community. I don't know if they're black, white, Hispanic, Asian. I've never seen them at a sneaker con.
right.
You know, I don't know anyone who has. I don't know them I don't know them to respond in the comments. I've never been on their Instagram or whatever.
Yeah,
Like, as far as I know, I'm the only one in the community. I'm the only one
you
of these
are.
girls. You
I
know,
mean, you know,
I,
that's
I,
really out here. That's
I'm,
really out
yeah,
here
I'm
and
really,
involved.
I'm really about it. And, you know, I come from this, cut from the cloth of OG
Oh,
sneakerheads. You know,
gee,
like I'm a '90s kid.
come
You
on
know,
now.
like my dad's from Chicago, my mom's from LA. Like, you know, everything about me is like bred in what some of the best things of like being a sneakerhead. You know
I
what I'm
love
saying?
this.
Just like my mom's from the Philippines. She immigrated to LA. She met my dad in '86 on the Showtime Lakers, still doing her
Come
thing.
on.
My dad's from Chicago. He's a Bulls fan, so he
Okay.
hated here. He hated being in LA during the Showtime era. You know, and then 4 years later, like, you know, Jordan has his run, and you know, he's just like, you know, it's almost forcing me into being a Bulls fan, and it's just like I had like one of the best upbringings, you know,
I love it,
and
man.
it was all around sports, all around some of the best fashion. Fubu was getting you know, popping off. Like some, I don't know any other, like, I've never heard like a brand owner of these boxes tell a story like this. I don't see them at the sneaker con. I don't even know what kind of sneakers they wear.
Nah, man. You know,
I,
I don't know where it started, and I'm honestly just, you know, I love that we're going back and forth with this banter. It's amazing and it's so refreshing. I've never seen or heard of any type of connection to an owner of those stores or anything connected to the sneaker community. It almost has me wondering, like, who even started that, like who basically brought them in the equation for boxes and drop, because those cases weren't meant for sneakers, right? We somebody in the sneaker community just made them for sneakers, like they went out and they bought them and was like, hey, sneakers fit in here, so let's just tell people about the Container Store, you know what I mean? So
yeah,
they were smart. I'm gonna be honest, they were really delve into that market and put
hundred
it out
percent.
there. If they were smart, I'm just putting it out there. But on the same level, I love the fact that they haven't, because your cases are the cases that everybody should be buying in the first place.
I
Your you
appreciate
got
that.
you got the work, man, and I think that your cases are the ones that they should be paying attention to, because again, man, just great quality, and I love the fact that I know the backstory behind everything now. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were saying
Oh
something.
no, no, you're good.
But I know I love the backstory. I love how it started, how it began, and how it's going. The journey is still going. Something that you mentioned earlier, bro. You mentioned that you're married.
Yes,
I
sir.
love that as well. I happen to be married. We're about to be going on 10 years, November the 29th.
Oh, congrats.
So,
That's huge.
thank you, brother. So, talk to me about having a supportive wife in this field, being a person that's not only a sneaker collector, but also to have a supportive wife that's working hard with you to make the business go. Because people don't understand how important it is to have somebody behind you, pushing you, and also working just as hard to make that thing go. So talk to me on that level.
Man, it's everything. I always say that my after like, you know, after Christ and my salvation, my greatest blessing is my wife. You know,
Come
and
on.
hands down, that's undeniable. Like, I wouldn't be able to do any of the things I do. I wouldn't be half of the man I am today without God like strategically placing her in my life.
Amen.
She is amazing. She inspires me. She's my muse, my favorite
Hmm.
muse. She's my standard of beauty, and you know, I strive to be a better husband for her
There
every day. And
you go.
you know, she's the reason why I'm working so hard to, you know, to provide for her, to provide for, you know, our kids, and you know, just to really build a legacy that really reflects this, like, what she means to me, and you know, the way I see her is like I want to build this beautiful like empire and kingdom, because you know, like, she inspired me to do that. And you know, she actually, the way we met, she hired me in college, like at a retail store. And I remember like what I was wearing. So I had a pair of infrared 90s on, which is one of my favorite shoes, infrared Air
Wow.
Max 90s. And you know, so I just take that as like, man, she's always been, you know, looking out for me,
Yeah.
always been looking out for me, um, from since the day I met her. And you know, she was in fashion school, so she's that's like her space, fashion. And then she moved into content, and
Very dope.
so her eye, her perspective means the world. I take her feedback and her opinions very seriously when it
Mm-hmm.
comes to some of the content that we're doing. She wasn't more of the content at first, but like life's been life, and it's just kind of hard to schedule both of us to be in the same content.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, yeah.
but every week we have a meeting to get aligned, see where we're at on a personal level, um, to see where we're at on business wise, and just to just get aligned and move forward as one. But yeah, I mean, I've always loved her style, and she wasn't into sneakers at first until she met me, and it's just man, like this isn't gonna change. This isn't gonna. Shout out to Joe. Oh man, that's my guy. He's very been supportive of me for a long
Yeah,
time too. I see him out
yeah,
there,
yeah, yeah, man. Shout
but
out to
yeah,
him.
she yeah, I got her into sneakers. Her first pair that she bought was I think it was a Black Cement 3 or Chicago
Oh,
ones. Actually,
yeah.
when the
Two great
Chicago
pairs.
ones, yeah, when the Chicago ones dropped, we she hit on them 3 times, so 2 on her size and 1 on my size, and it was just
Wow.
like I was like, that never happened to
That
me, but yeah,
yeah, that doesn't happen too often, bro.
yeah, um we're going we're going on 10 years of marriage too in
That's
December.
awesome, man.
10 years of marriage, and that's a blessing, and that is actually my biggest goal in life, is to have got married once, have kids, stay married once. I just there's a lot of families growing up around me, and even
Mm-hmm.
my own parents who were just the victims of divorce, and I lived in a one parent home, and
Mm-hmm.
it was just something that I didn't want for myself, and inspired me to have the biggest goal to get married, stay married, and have God be the center of it, and
Absolutely.
just man, I just to be living something that was my goal, to have something that wasn't modeled for me. It's there's not too many people I can ask for advice on marriage.
Yeah.
So I hold my marriage dear to my heart, and
Absolutely.
I'll fight for it every single day. This is
Definitely, bro.
like I said, she's been my greatest blessing after Christ, and her support is everything. I don't think she helped me come up with the logo. When we were going over the name, I went by the name. I ran it by her, and it didn't come without a few fights. I'm like, what do you think about this? And then she gives me constructive criticism, and it's damn, she's right. Her point is valid, and then
Yeah.
back with a revision or something like
Right,
that.
right.
I'm like, you do it then, or it's been a work in progress to be working together.
Mm-hmm.
But I'd rather be working with her than without her.
Right.
We tried doing separate things, but working together has been super. It's been a super blessing to us.
Oh,
Sorry.
absolutely, bro.
Went on a tangent there. I'm passionate about my
No,
life.
bro, you absolutely should be, and I appreciate you sharing that, man, because it is important, man, to highlight the beauty and the sanctity of marriage, and also just showcasing that it's okay to be happy and love being in a healthy marriage. And a healthy marriage doesn't mean that everything is perfect. It means that you're willing to work through even when the times are bad. You understand, you're willing to put in the work, because I think that a lot of people don't understand from that perspective. Marriage is work, and at the end of the day, you have to be willing to put into work to make it last. And one thing I can hear in your voice and what you say about your wife is that you're willing to put in the work, and that you truly love her, and that you're doing everything that you can do to continue to not only be a better man, but a better husband. And I appreciate that. So I love that, appreciate that. And I had to touch bases on that for a little bit. Now, something I did tell you off the show, I would love to kind of see a few of the sneakers that you like to show off. Is there anything that you would like to show off, or tell us about some of your favorite sneakers that you have in your collection?
Oh yeah, absolutely. And at least for class and comment, grabbing the Jordan 10 stills to celebrate 10 years of marriage. That's a W right there. I'm gonna give me a pair of 10s.
Oh,
I think
what's happening?
I went the the ice blue tans. They're from like 2005 or something. I haven't seen them around, but it's a pair of tans I
Bro,
want.
we've been talking about
Beautiful
the
pair.
tens for a minute now. Like on all my sleeper episodes, like tens are highly slept on. We love tens. Yeah.
Yeah, it needs more love. It's second shoes. Like this was one of my girls on
Oh,
Fear of God one.
yeah,
The
man. Fear God.
the Nike Fear of God one. By far better than his stint with Adidas. Um, these are really hard to track down. I think like everyone is holding on to them. They've held their value pretty well. They're like at 600 or 700. So like I wasn't too gun ho on just buying a
Mm-hmm.
pair. It's just straight off Gold or StockX because like the prices were it was outrageous. But I was on a hunt. I copped these on Grailed, but I thought this was one of the best original sneakers that Nike put out in recent years. And it's so
Absolutely.
hard. It's so hard and it's really difficult to put out a new silhouette and
Mm-hmm.
have it hit.
Yep.
And I think, this one hit. It looked different and like, it kind of reminded me of like a more wearable Air Mag.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah, absolutely.
And because I always in a more affordable Air Mag, I wanted the I would still get a pair of Air Mags if I had the money, but this beautifully designed for it to be like a hoop sneaker, like what he intended. I know it's probably not the best hoop sneaker, but
Yeah.
this like I love the sneaker is and him just being one of like the great modern not modern but one of today's best black designers too.
Absolutely.
I wanted to just support Jerry in that, and I feel like that Nike collaboration they killed that one. There's another pair I won out of that came on the Fear of God ones. It was the Fear of God one questions.
Okay.
That was kind of inspired by Iverson
Yeah.
too. And they even did the photo shoot exactly like AI's, and that one's hard to track down too. So I'm taking my time with that. But yeah, I love the Fear of God one.
Love that.
I have this pair and I have an oatmeal pair, and probably not getting rid of it. And then what's the pair right here? Oh yeah. White Cement 3, Reimagine 3.
Come on, man.
A classic.
Like what are we
man,
what are we talking about? Hold on. Let me get my pair out. I always like to do a thumbnail with what are we talking about here? Y'all know what it is, man. Like we love them White Cements.
My main man money.
Yeah, exactly.
Mars Blackman joints. But it's such a story with those because I'll keep it here. It's like Mars Blackman get into direct a shoe commercial. It's crazy. Just Spike Lee, one of the greatest directors ever.
Period.
And also
Samo.
Yeah.
And one of the greatest.
Jump for the free throw with these. My first day with my wife, I wore these. So I mean, there's so much like story. I had to keep it there, but
that joint has history, huh, bro?
Yeah. And so the pair that I actually wore on my day with my wife, like it got stolen. So it's like when these came out, I was like, I gotta get another pair.
Yeah.
And so always gonna keep a pair of White Cement 3s in these. And I think they did a great job with the Reimagine pair.
I agree.
I agree. We don't wear shoes in my house, but I would show the Air Max 90s infrareds. That's the shoe I met my wife in, and then that's the shoe that I delivered my third child in. Like,
wow.
Unintentionally, at home, we didn't make it to the hospital, and like, I happened to be the shoes I was wearing at the time, and it delivered, my daughter, and
man, you got
you
got some stories, boy. I tell you, I love it, man. I do. I love it, man. I love it.
Most intense moment of my life. She's around.
I bet, man. 2. But the baby came out healthy, and that's such a blessing. That's such a blessing.
We planned to not even know the gender until the baby was born, but all I was worried about was the baby was healthy, and when they came and did the paperwork, because they came after the baby was born, the ambulance, so like, was it a male or female? And I was like, oh, I forgot to look. I'm just like trying to make sure they're healthy.
Right.
And all that. But yeah, healthy, praise God, and my wife said it was her easiest delivery.
Wow.
Who would have thought?
Who would have thought? Who would have thought? I tell you, man. The Air Max special delivery. You hear me?
Yes, sir.
Every time. Sir. I'm telling you, I can see the sneaker dropping now, bro. I can see it dropping now from your collection. I can see it.
That is a goal of mine. I do want to work with, like I mentioned, I want to work with different brands.
Yeah.
I want to put out a shoe and I want to have it come in, a box. I just think that would be ill, like, a quick strike, or just a limited amount of pairs
I love
that
it.
we send out with Nike or a different brand.
It's gonna
You know.
happen. It's gonna happen, and I can't
Yes,
wait.
sir.
And I'm definitely gonna be one of those people that's trying to cop my pair. I'm definitely gonna be one of those people.
Oh man, you get into friends and family.
Yeah.
What you talking
Hey,
about?
it's up, baby. It's up, and you already know we're gonna be ripping out. You already know. You already know this. All right, so let's talk about any sneakers that you're looking forward to possibly copping for the rest of the year before it ends out. Are you trying to cop anything before the year ends out? Because I know that you got the black toes, with the Air Jordan on the side that's dropping. You got the black cement threes. I believe the Columbias are dropping. Legend Blues are dropping.
God.
So, is there anything that you're interested in copping before the year's out? And we'll ask some advice, bro, and we'll close out the show. Is there anything that you're looking to grab before the year's out?
Yeah, man. I mean, I'm sure you have a running list of sneakers you want to buy, just like me. I talked to Flex.
Absolutely.
They're like, we got hundreds on the list. So yeah,
absolutely, bro.
Definitely the black toes and the black cement threes. Because I'm probably on like my fourth or fifth pair of black cement threes, and it's like, man, this time I'm gonna keep them. Like something always ends up happening to them, and so I was like, all right, this time I'm gonna keep them. And so I'm definitely getting black cement threes and black toes, and then just something that's just not even on like the release charts. It's like older pairs that I'm going for. Like I'm looking for the Nike Yeezy ones.
Yeah.
Either in a tan pair or the gray pair. Looking for what else is on my hit list? I gotta look at my Grail list.
I love it. Everybody, for those that don't know, Grail List is a highly coveted list of sneakers that he really, really wants badly. You know what I mean? And basically he's just checking off the list. When he's able to get it, he gets it. When it's just a matter of time before every sneaker on the list gets got. So that's kind of what it is. Sometimes we have guests, people in the audience, bro, that come on the show that aren't sneakerheads. So we love to kind of break down what we're saying when we say it, right?
Yeah,
because
absolutely.
Everybody doesn't know what a grill is in the sneaker space, so we just want to make sure we let them know. But yeah, bro, that's awesome. Sounds like you got a few that you're trying to grab before the year's out, which we all do. I just love to hear my people tell me a few of the ones that they really want before the year's out, right? Yeah, man. So let's ask this question and basically we'll end the show, brother. So is there any advice that you would give to a person who is starting their business in this space, right? In this sneaker world, this space? What would you say to a person that's up and coming, that's trying to get on your level, similar to your journey, trying to get seen, trying to get their brand out there, trying to really get some exposure in this space? What would you say to that person? That's something I want to know from you, being a business owner who is really doing your thing.
Well, first off, just thank you for even just speaking to me and looking at me in that light. I still feel like it's just the beginning. There's a lot more to achieve.
Absolutely.
I'm still swinging, still taking my at bats, and they're not all home runs. Singles, doubles, triples, some of them strikeouts, but we're still stepping up to the plate every time.
Absolutely.
First piece of advice is just put God first. Matthew 6:33.
Amen.
Put God first, and second, figure out what what problem can you solve. Can you solve a problem? Two, can you serve the community or the space that you're tapping into? It's not just about taking from it, but what can you give back to the space and the community, the people you interact with? And three, try to I wanted a product and a brand that I thought was gonna be cool, something that I would buy if someone else had it. And if you can do something that is cool, do it, but definitely something that solves a problem is always gonna hit. And when it comes to like finances and getting started, there's just different ways to do it. as much as possible, I would say, don't take a loan. If you could raise all the capital yourself and start small, do that. That's, it's essentially what I did. Started small and just trying to get bigger. And, right now we're trying to scale, but, the brand we're attached to, the quality is something that people think about when they think about Better Every Day. At least I hope. And so in terms of scaling, I got to be careful how we scale this thing, because I don't want to do it in a way that's not going to be tasteful. And I definitely don't, I don't want to be associated with anything that's discount. Like, I don't want to be associated with the term discounted, cheap. I don't want to be associated with the term, just low price. I want to be associated with quality, with tasteful, with elegance, and and cool. And
Absolutely.
So as we got,
bro.
And I would just impart, I would just say that to anyone trying to start, it's just like, be associated with things of quality, things that are gonna last the test of time, and most importantly, just really be in the community, really touch the people, get to know them, ask questions, follow people back, It's not about all the people that, that follow you. Some of the best relationships I made within the space have been people that, like, I've just been curious and interested in what they do. And I follow, like, similar with you and your wife, your wife, she bought the boxes, she followed me, and then she DM'd me, she's like, hey, these are for my husband, will it make it in time for his birthday? Was it a surprise party? You guys have a party or something like that? I'm trying to remember.
If I remember correctly, she did something for me special. Yeah, it was something like that. Yeah, I think it was a party or something she threw, but she wanted to make sure I got them before my birthday.
Yeah,
and that was a big deal.
I remember that.
Yeah, because
I remember her mentioning that, and I was like, oh, I got to get this one out first, or like this has to go in this batch, and so like. That doesn't happen if you ignore the DMs or you don't follow back. And it's like,
that's true, bro. That's very true. That's very true.
Callie isn't necessarily a sneakerhead, but I still find value in her content.
Absolutely.
I still find value in her as a person.
Absolutely.
And and I just to like I don't think people like our wives and partners like who support this crazy addiction and collecting. It's like, they're the ones, like, a lot of our favorite pairs, a lot of our favorite products, they come from them. And so it's just like, man, I had to get that follow back, I had to follow you. And, but yeah, again, touching back to, like, that's community, like, touch the people, really get to know them, just be authentic about it, build it organically.
There you go.
And just, but if you do that first, I don't see how you can lose.
There you go.
You can lose.
There you go.
They'll find you, and the word of mouth will get out there. I was blessed, one of the people who put the word of mouth out there was Keith Lee, and his review, the streets take it to heart, and
they do, they definitely do, bro.
So big shout out to Keith Lee, and
major shout out to him.
Let me know if you need some more boxes, Keith, because this collection is crazy. Yeah, man, and I'm excited for what we have cooking. I've been like thinking real strategically, praying on things, talking with my wife, just like, what's the next direction forward, as far as what we do as a brand and who we are, and how we tell our story.
Yeah, man.
And so, I'm excited for what that is moving forward.
Man, we're excited, and I just appreciate everything about this conversation today. I love the fact that I got to know more about your brand, your family, your relationship with God. This has been a powerful episode, man, and I'm just so grateful that you took the time out of your busy schedule to come on here, have a conversation with me. It's always value in getting to know other people in general, not just in the sneaker space, in general, just getting to know people and seeing what their lives are about, because I feel like you can pull some form of inspiration from everybody that you meet. Everyone that you meet and come in contact with, you can kind of get something from them that is valuable, that will help you in your everyday life in some type of way. Maybe that's just a godly perspective that I have inside of me, but I feel that way genuinely. And I felt like today I really got a lot of value and I feel inspired, not only as a man, as a husband, as a father, but even as a Christian, and a business owner. I really
Amen.
feel, bro, that this was a valuable interaction and conversation with you today. So I just want to say thank you. Thank you for taking the time out. Y'all make sure, and I mean this, whether you're looking at it now or you're going to look at it later on, because I know a lot of people check out our stuff after we post. But I need y'all to support my brother at Buy Better every day. At Buy Better every day. Y'all have to support him. Great quality product, great individual. And I really think that he's on his way to doing something major within this community. So do you have anything, brother, that you want to say before you get out of here?
Oh yeah, absolutely, man. I just wanted to show my gratitude and I just say thank you for giving me the space, to come on your platform. And you've had some of the greatest thinking creators and people who've contributed to this space on your show, and I just want to thank you for just sharing your platform with me and allowing us to have this conversation. I got a lot of value out of speaking with you too, and and I kind of assumed it was going to be that way, just getting to know you and your wife online a little bit, and I'm glad that we're able to have this man to man, and I'm excited to see how this friendship and relationship.
Oh, it's up, brother. It's only up from here, man. It's only
it's
up
a blessing.
From here.
Yeah, so man, again, thank you for just giving me the space to speak and just tell my story, to see how God's shining His light through me.
Man, I love it, man. And I appreciate you, brother. And like you said, I know that we're gonna be collaborating on something down the line. I know we are. We're gonna do something. I don't know what, but I'm telling you, I got some ideas. And we're gonna do something.
Yes, sir.
Something down this line. We working in some type of way. And like I said, I'm just blessed to know you now, bro. And we already been basically boys online, but it's cool now to officially, just we bros.
Yes, sir.
So yeah, it's officially run it, talk. It's like we basically just we're right in front of each other, just having a conversation. So this is really good, man. And I appreciate getting to know you, bro, and knowing the backstory of everything. But we got more work to do, and we're gonna make all these dreams that we talking about a reality.
100%.
Yeah,
absolutely, man. Thank you to everyone who tapped in too. I appreciate the chat.
Yeah. Yes, sir, man. Have a blessed one, and I'll definitely be in touch with you, bro, about everything, because we're gonna definitely work in the future. But we may end up doing like a part 2 when you come up with your new design that you said that you're about to get ready to come out with.
Yes, sir. Yeah, definitely. I'll keep you updated.
Okay. All right, bro. Have a good one. Okay.
You as well. Right. Take care.
All right, bro. Y'all, that was a great episode, man. Again, the brand is at Buy Better Every Day. Y'all make sure to support my fam. He's doing great things, man. I mean, honestly, man, it was just a great episode. We got to learn more about his business. Y'all know the backstory now. If you don't, when you tune in and check it out after we post it up, you will be inspired by this episode. I guarantee it. Yeah, thank y'all so much for tuning in. This show is nothing without y'all. Appreciate y'all support. Before we go, I always like to give about 15 seconds if anybody wants to share anything, as far as a question, anything of that nature. This is your time to do so. I'll make sure to answer. But if you want your own episode on Kixology Sneaker Closets, all you have to do is hit us in the DMs. We'll try to schedule a date and a time, that y'all could come on and show off your collection and tell us a little bit about yourself. That's what this show is all about, man. So we appreciate y'all. Let's see. Yeah, missed it. I'll watch it later. It's all good, bro. I know that's how it goes. We are busy in this world, but I appreciate you taking the time to come on here and tell me that, hey, I missed the episode live, but I'm going to check it out when you post it up. And I appreciate that. I keep telling everybody, I know that sometimes you're not going to be able to watch it live. You're going to catch it afterwards, but it's okay. I appreciate the support nonetheless. I really do, man. So shout out to all y'all. Looks like we don't have any questions. So as I always say before we leave the show, I pray y'all get every shoe y'all want in the year 2024. This has been your boy Retro Ryan, one half of Kixology Sneakers. Shout out to the business partner Brad City, and we out of here, man.
Yo, I keep a fresh pair of shoes on. Nikes, every Jordan with the jewels on. You know the vibes, I'm a sneakerhead. On me, I get a lot of bread. On me, I get a lot of